be illegal to spank children.
How old?
And it is kids under the age of 10, I believe, or 13.
Mine is 2. Kid, you can't spank a kid under the age of. Who was it?
Who's over here?
Which end?
Oh,
Who's over here?
Okay, it looks like it's by default. Go ahead.
You're not allowed to spank a kid under 4.
Under 4 is actually what it was. This is Rita's group, right? Right? Yeah, okay. You can't spank a child under 4. And if you get caught with this, or if this law were to take effect, what's the punishment?
1 year misdemeanor.
Up to 1 year in jail, 1, 2, and misdemeanor charges. Did it pass? 5, 4, 3. No, it did not pass. Why not?
Because the woman who introduced the bill, she didn't have any kids.
Yeah, she caught an awful lot of hell about this because she didn't have any kids and she was dealing with this spanking issue. What else? If the state passed a law that told you when you could spank your kids and when you couldn't, what was it basically that the state was saying? What was it basically that the state was doing regarding your kids?
Telling you what to do.
Yeah, telling you what to do, but maybe a little better than that.
How to parent your kid.
Yeah, the state was basically suggesting on this that they were better parents than you were in response to this. Anything else you want to tell me? 5, 4, 3, 2. Anything else somebody wants to tell me? Go ahead, bartender.
they ran into issues because they couldn't define spanking. How do you define spanking?
It was difficult to define, and it was going to even be harder to actually enforce. Click it. Pick me a category. Go. The bartender group looks so serious.
Legislature 4.
Legislature for 4. List all you can. Go ahead, click it, Karen. Factors for high rates of incumbency. You have it first. The first hand I see will have it next. Cole's group will be next, but you got it now. High rate of incumbency.
Oh,
Yes,
me?
you
I'm
have
sorry.
it. Yes,
I'm
5.
sorry. It's the right name recognition.
What is name recognition?
They've already been in office. If people are more likely to pick them because they know it. The incumbency wins at least 88% of the time.
Wait. Name recognition is what now?
If they've already been in office, so they're used to hearing the names, they're used to seeing the names on things, they're more likely to pick it.
They're more likely to pick it. Can you give me an example of name recognition? 5.
You mean beyond the movie?
4. What about the movie?
Distinguished Gentleman because he ran on a dead guy's name.
He ran on a dead guy's name. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anything else you want to tell me?
They get more money, so an incumbent gets a staff allowance of approximately $750,000 and a salary of $200,000 plus if they're in the.
Okay, if you're an incumbent, the government is going to pay for your staff. They're going to actually pay you. Whereas a challenger, what's the difference with a challenger?
They have to often take time off work and pay with their own money or get private donations, which is really hard to do when you're trying to work too.
Exactly. So when you think about it in this regard, it's going to be not only money that they're not making, but money that they're going to have to spend. Go ahead.
They also have the benefit of franking, which is they get free travel back to their home.
1, 2, 3, 4. Franking is free. It's travel, but there's something else?
Free travel back and postal service.
Postal service, copying, printing services, these kinds of things. Anything else you can tell me? 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, Cole's group. What are high factors of incumbency? We've talked about money. We've talked about name recognition. We've talked about franking. Go.
More experience.
What does experience lead to? Experience leads to something that's really important, and it was brought up in the movie. 5, 4.
Benefactors.
What does that mean?
If you've been in office, you're more likely to have benefactors to support you. For example, the lobbyist groups.
You buying this?
And you did something good for your state.
You buying this?
Lobby group. And
No. Are you buying this?
What about the committees?
What about the committees?
If you have more, if they see you have more experience, you'll be put on the much better.
You're going to be put on better committees. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wrong one. My bad. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the committees. If you've got more experience, you get put on a better committee. If you get put on a better committee, then ultimately you're able to bring more stuff back home. So experience. There was money. There was staff. There was name recognition. There was franking. Anything else you can think of? 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's all that you listed.
I think that's all we got. Go ahead, click it, Karen. Y'all pick me a category. Looking at this, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 53, 5, 10, 15, 19, 3, and 13. Go, pick me one.
Let's go executive 3.
Executive for 3. List all you can. Go ahead. Presidential veto, y'all have it. First hand I see's got it next.
When Congress passes a bill, the president has the option of vetoing it. Presidential veto can get overridden by Congress by a 2/3 vote.
What does a veto do?
A veto temporarily blocks a bill from going into law.
Temporarily?
No, permanently stops the bill.
A veto is going to kill the entire bill in theory. It can be overridden by a 2/3 vote. Can be overridden by a 2/3 vote. What other vetoes are there?
Pocket veto.
What is a pocket veto?
And when
That sits
To
on
refuse
the
to sign
president's
bill into
table.
law and it expires before
For 10 days, sits on the president's table and.
before session.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the significance of the 10 days? Because you're right, the president doesn't sign it, he doesn't veto it, but well, what's the 10 days about?
It becomes law after 10 days
No, they
if
can't, right?
If, that's the important part, if
If
Congress is in session.
If Congress is in session for longer than 10 days, 1, 2, 3, it automatically becomes law. And if Congress adjourns within 10 days, what happens?
the bill is killed.
The bill is killed, and can it be overridden? No, the bill cannot be overridden. Anything else you want to tell me about presidential
There's
vetoes?
also an attempt to pass the line item veto.
What's a line item veto?
It's the ability to go through specific
Portions of the bill
bills and cross it out.
What kind of bills?
For example, one example that you gave us was the highway bill that
A budget bill, anything that deals with money. The idea is that the president can literally go line by line and adjust spending, lower it, remove complete things, however it is. And it was passed or no?
it wasn't passed.
It's actually unconstitutional. It is not in effect now. Anything else you want to tell me about presidential vetoes? This is probably good. Pick me a category. A lot of people aren't saying anything. If you're in groups and you're not saying anything, you better get cracking.
let's go Article.
These aren't free bonus points. Go ahead.
Article 2.
Go ahead. For how much?
2.
Signing statements. First hand. Actually, you've got it, Rick.
It's when a president signs a bill passed by Congress.
Yes.
And he basically writes just a short little, or I mean, it doesn't have to be short, but something like almost like an opinion-based statement that doesn't actually go into the law when it comes into effect, but it kind of does because.
What does it deal with? So the president signs a bill, and then he writes a signing statement on the bottom. What can he write? Can he write this about anything?
It's about increasing presidential power.
Presidential power. It's dealing with presidential power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Article 2. Anything else you can tell me?
Wait, hold on. Why'd you get 10 points?
Well, they gave me the definition, and then they gave me the presidential power.
It was a 2-point question, though.
I thought it was 5.
No, it's 2.
Oh, is it? How much is it?
Like 10 points.
It was 2 points.
It was 2
Wait,
points.
Can I click it?
Yeah, go ahead. We've got no choice now.
It was 2 points.
Okay, it's 2. All right, my bad. Okay, go ahead. Keep going, Rick.
George Bush had the most signing statements in presidential history.
There's a better way of saying that. 5.
James Monroe started the presidential signing statements.
Say again, Rebecca.
George Monroe was the first person to do presidential.
George Monroe?
James.
James Monroe.
James Monroe, but what about George Bush? 5.
He did
Yeah,
more
like the most like combined.
He had more combined than everybody else in the history of the country. Oops, wrong one. Absolutely. So anything else you want to tell me about these things? Go ahead.
No, it was kind of in the same vein.
Full.
He did at least 5 a week. Bush did at least 5 a week. Did I say?
I
807.
remember you saying that.
I don't think I said 5 a week. I think I said 5 every 2 weeks. 5 every 2
I have it
weeks.
right here, 807 presidential signing statements, at least 5 per week, more than any other president combined.
For how long?
Yeah, but I had 800 over 260 weeks.
But he was.
290
He had
weeks
more
in
than
office.
1,000.
Yeah, and if you divide it out, it's 5 every 2
Ah,
weeks.
but I just wrote what you said.
No, I put it on the board, the fraction. Yeah, that's -2. And actually, that's -5 more. I don't like your attitude. All right, pick your category, go.
Go for it.
How about articles for 3?
Articles for 3. Digitally remastered porn. Go ahead. Oh, Cole, that's that's fitting. And walk around. You can walk around. Get closer to
There
it.
was something you brought up where it was dealing with child porn. Whether I know the example you had was bartender being her age, if she
An
be
older model trying
an
to.
older model trying to
Trying to
look
look
younger.
younger.
Okay. So that is what it is. So what does this mean?
The issue was whether that was child pornography.
It would lure in people who would be watching this. It would increase the child pedophiles because it's kind of like.
Is it legal to do this?
No.
Why?
Because it was considered child porn.
But is it child porn?
It's not, but it was making yourself
Yes,
look
I'm
like
saying-
you're a child.
Okay, so digitally remastered porn is taking an older person and making them look like a child, but there's not a child in the video. It's not legal, you're right, but what I'm asking is why?
The assumption is that she would be underage.
Okay, yeah, keep going. 5, 4.
Is it because Supreme Court struck that down?
Yeah, but why did the Supreme Court strike it down? 3,
Why did they say?
2, 1. Go ahead, Rosalind's group.
No.
They drop it out because people have tendency to copy what they see on the movie.
If they actually look and they think they're seeing a child having sex, then they're going to be more likely to copy it. What is the one kind of child porn? Go ahead, your group has it.
Cartoon.
Cartoon porn is actually, cartoon child porn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is actually legal. Go ahead, click it, Karen.
Let me click the other one because I didn't highlight. Oh no, never mind, it did.
Okay, when you're doing it, just touch the house.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
because it didn't highlight it. It was still yellow.
Okay,
so-
okay. Go ahead, pick me a category, Rosalind.
I would take judiciary treatment.
Judiciary for 3, go. Moved, first hand I see. Go ahead, Martin.
An issue is moot in the courts if it's already been resolved before they actually get to trial.
A moot case is going to be a case that's already been resolved before it gets to trial. Can you give me an example of moot? Anybody in the group? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bartender's group.
She had it first.
Karen called.
For a long
Karen
time.
called, yeah. Go ahead, I'm waiting.
Moot, Roe versus Wade, it takes too long to get to court. It was about a baby and abortion, and by the time the case would come to court, she'd already would have had.
That's actually a really good example. 1, 2, 3 would be the abortion case. Can you give me another example? 5, 4.
If two people apply to a college and they have the same exact thing, except
Yes.
for one of them has lesser grades and the other person has higher grades,
Yes.
but is a different race, and the person with lesser grades get accepted, they can try to sue the school, so the school allows them in to make it moot so that
The
they
school
can't sue them
admits them.
anymore.
1, 2, 3, and it does make it moot. It would be decided before it got there. Go ahead, click it. Okay, then when the Supreme Court will deny hearing a case if it's settled before it reaches the court. Touch the house. Pick me a category. Go.
Civil rights 1.
Easy. Just knock it out.
Civil rights. I need a definition. First hand I see. Go ahead.
Civil rights talks, it protects civil rights. Civil rights talks about the privileges and immunities people enjoy for being members of a particular country or something. But
Particular country?
for being citizens of a country.
For being citizens of a country.
For being citizens. Civil rights talks about the immunities and privileges people enjoy.
Yes.
Simple. And civil liberties rather talks about.
I don't need civil liberties. I just need civil rights. So explain civil rights to me.
Civil rights talks about the liberties and immunities people enjoy.
What does it basically mean?
It basically
5,
talks about their freedoms and
4.
Minority, like minority.
Minority what?
Privileges.
Well, how are they treated under civil rights?
Separate but equal. No?
They're treated separate. Oh my God. Well, we just went back 100 years. Who? Constantine's group, go.
Yeah, civil rights are the privileges that any U.S. citizen benefits from because they're part of the country, and all minorities are treated equally.
All groups are actually treated equal. Go ahead, click it, Karen. Yeah, a positive action by government to guarantee every person, regardless of their group identity, is treated
You
equally.
get extra points for naming what they are.
No. Go ahead, pick me a category. Gotta go.
Legislator 3.
Legislature for 3. What one thing must happen for a bill to become a law? Yeah, Bill, you slide all the way over. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead, Kurt.
Go to a committee.
And what happens in the committee?
It's either sat down or like they sit on it or they.
But what one thing must happen?
They argue on it. They discuss it.
Yeah, but they do something to it. 4,
Approve it.
3. That's it. 2.
They vote on it.
They vote on it. 1. How many points was that?
2/3.
It was 3.
3 minus 3.
Oh,
Who's next? Go.
It has to go through the House and Senate.
And
It has to be approved by 2/3 majority.
minus 3.